Yo, what's going on, guys? Hopefully this is coming through okay. Let me know in the comments or in the chat if the mic is working, and if you guys can hear me and the music, and if I sound better than the music does, or louder than the music. Man, we got a lot of stuff to get into. Okay, so I'm coming through good. That's good. Let me just check one more thing here. Can you guys hear the music? The music is a little loud. How can that be? I'll boost the music down or turn it down a little bit. Don't want it to overpower me too much. Going good, sweet. That's what I want to hear. I'd have my my video camera on, but unfortunately, so it's a long story. My bathroom, which is right next to where my bedroom, where my desk is, there's a huge water leak that's going on in there. And my entire bathroom, where the shower is, all of the tile in the bathroom had to be completely taken down. So it's all smashed up, can't use the bathroom, so I had to move my desk, which is on the other side of the wall, which is where this leak was, and yeah, I had to move my desk. So now I've got like this jury-rigged setup for the next week with my computer, and I had all these technical difficulties before starting the stream, which I thought I had all of them ironed out. My mic wasn't working, then I restarted my computer, then my keyboard wasn't working. So I'm like sitting there shuffling like, damn it, I gotta get all this stuff good to go. But I think we're good now. So that's good. But yeah, my monitors don't have a built-in camera. It's an external camera, so I don't have those with me on hand. But I'll try and get them set up for the next live stream, which I believe is next Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe Thursday. It's sometime like mid next week. I have to check the calendar again. But yeah, man, craziness. Let's see what's going on here. 16 people. Nice, welcome guys. All right, so what's on the agenda for tonight? So first things first, Goku Versus Z is done. Actually, I did the final render. It was last week, a couple days ago, about 4 or 5 days ago, and I had to make some changes to the final render. So I had to go back in. There was an issue with the closed captions, so I had to fix the closed captions, and then I added. I rewatched it many times, and there was a fight sequence in Goku Versus Z where I'm like, you know what? It could really benefit from like an additional 30 seconds, because the fight already is kind of short. If I could just add on 30 more seconds to this fight, it would help the duration a little bit of the fight. So in about 2 days, it was 2 nights, I managed to crank out an additional 30 seconds into this one particular fight, render that out, put it in Premiere, add the sound effects, and then re-render the whole thing. So Goku Versus Z, as of about an hour or so ago, is now completely rendered. It's done. I'm not touching it anymore. It's done. It's dusted. So it's a big win, guys. That was like 2.5 years worth of work, and I'm excited for next week. It's going to be a huge event. I'm really looking forward to it. So on the agenda for tonight, I figured we would just have a really chill stream, watch some of the old animations that I did, talk about it. We could talk about Goku Versus Z if you guys want. I'll answer some questions, but I'm not going to do any spoilers for obvious reasons. And we'll just have some fun tonight, you know, just to kick back, have like a Dragon Ball fun stream. We got the Saiyan Space Pod set up here. It's all customized with my special TheRedHeadHenry look and whatnot, all the screens and everything. I really like how this Space Pod thing turned out. And thank you guys for your patience and sticking with me while I've been working on this project. It was, my God, it was such a the bane of my existence. So I'm just happy it's done and that we all now get to enjoy it. It's in about a week and a few days. I think 9 days now from tomorrow. Goku Versus Z done already. 2023 is going to be the year of the 21st century for me. Good for you, Pepsi. It's going to be a good year for everybody, I hope. Yeah, man. And so for next week's stream, so actually I was going to play all of the episodes. I don't know, we probably wouldn't be able to get through all of them because it's, you know, many hours, but I was going to play them all, episodes like 1 through Goku Versus Evil Goku, all the way up through Goku Black. But unfortunately, the way the media player works in Streamlabs, when you start listing out everything in a playlist, it readjusts the size of the playlist, which is kind of a pain in the ass, so it won't stick to that static size. And I don't know if there's a way around it. I'd have to double check. So I've only got a few of them queued up because they're all at different resolutions, and I don't want to have to keep, you know, resizing that screen every time a new one pops on. So I'll try and get that set up and working correctly for the next stream, and I get my webcam working as well. Frozen, I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? After all of this time, it feels unreal. It does, man. It's it was very surreal. The past like week or so has been very surreal. And another thing too, what was crazy is working right at the end, you know, with the credits and then the last few scenes. It was amazing how much like time was going by so fast. Like, wow, I've gotten so much done. Like it's almost complete. And I've been working on it, like perfecting it, adding sounds, sound effects and whatnot as I was, you know, working on it. So it's not like I completed the whole thing and had to go completely back and do touch-ups. I only had to do very little touch-ups throughout the whole thing. So that worked out really good. Or sorry, throughout once I got towards the end. Now you can rest for a while. Yeah, this is the time. Once it goes live and, you know, I do a little like post social media marketing for it. Like, I'm going back into hibernation. I'll be on vacation for a while. So yeah, I'll be gone. Rez, what's up, man? How's it going? Make sure you guys go and check out my boy Rez Stop. He's got a Twitch channel where he does gaming very consistently. He does a bunch of live streams pretty much daily, but I think his schedule changes. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rez. And so he does that over on Twitch. Go ahead and give him a follow, give him some support. What sort of projects you have lined up in the future? I have some. I don't even want to think about that right now, man. I just want to relax for a little bit. I do have some things planned in the future, but yeah, it's I don't want to think about that right now. I just want to relax, you know. Can't wait for the new one of Goku Versus. Sun God, welcome, man. Yeah, it's gonna be badass. It's gonna be, so the final render, I added that 30 seconds on. I know in the trailer it said 120 minutes. It's technically like 122, which is fine, but yeah, man, when I started this project, I was not expecting it to turn out to 2 hours. Because when I originally started, I'm like, okay, I could probably do it in like 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and that's how long I need to tell the story. But then as I progressed working on it, it it slowly became, okay, it's going to be like an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half, an hour and 45. Now it's like just over 2 hours. And oh my god, dude. You know, I wanted to make sure it was done right and that the right story elements were in it, and that everything was up to the standard that I wanted it to be. So I'm quite happy with it, and I think you guys will be too. If memory serves me well, you've been working on this project for 2.5 years. No wonder you don't want to talk. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I don't know. It's like, I don't mind like talking about it. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to focus on anything else right now. I'll worry about that later. But I do have more content coming on my channel, 100%. More Evil Goku content. Have you seen Evil Goku Mugen? He looked pretty good for when I last saw it, but I wish there was more. I don't know what that means, Pepsi. I've seen people use like Evil Goku characters in like the Mugen fighting 2D fighting games, but I don't really know much about that. I've actually at one point, like over a decade ago, there was a program I used. I think it was called Fighter Factory. And I used that one to... I started messing around making my own Mugen, but it was just taking away time from other things, I think, at the time. But I used it to, like, rip sprites and stuff like that. So I don't know if that program is still around or if it's still used for Mugen, but... yeah, I don't really know much about that. Finishing the LSW tournament? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll see, because that's more animation, and my god, I'm like permanently burnt out on animation, man. But we'll see, you never know. You know, I said that the whole series was going to end at Goku Versus Evil Goku 4, and here we are like 8 years later with more animations under the belt, so we'll see. But this one is definitely the last one in this series, so I don't want that to be misconstrued. Yeah, I should have brought water. In your video of Evil Goku won't use God Key thing and saying Super Saiyan 4 is a cooler form, would that lead to a possible Super Saiyan 5 for Evil Goku in the future? I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine. It could be anything. It could be Super Saiyan 5, it could be Super Saiyan Infinity, it could be Super Saiyan, I don't know, Midnight Crimson. It could be anything. But I'll leave that up to you guys. You guys can create your own fan stuff for that. That's the one throwback I didn't expect. Going strong in this day and age, even if I still use Fighter Factory 3. Oh, damn, okay. Yeah, I think I still have the program, I just, I don't use it. I may have uninstalled it at some point, but yeah, it was a pretty fun program. Jordan, what's up, dude? Here's my profile picture. I don't remember what your old one was. Wasn't it the other Spider-Man? Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. If you were to add a whole new villain to the Dragon Ball series, how would they look like, Species? Oh, dude. Actually, so, I can't get into it, but it doesn't really relate to GokuVerse. There's only one thing I have planned after GVZ. Well, there's a few things, but I don't really want to talk about it right now. But one of them would involve new villains. But I feel like the problem with the Dragon Ball community right now, and this is just from my glimpse, I'm not really active in it all that much. I don't really watch, larger influencers or YouTubers with their fan stories and what have you. But I feel like every time I see some sort of fan fiction, it's all the same thing. Everybody uses the same characters, only altered, or they do these like what if fusions or whatever. Everything is exactly the same. And a lot of the Dragon Ball fan fiction that's out there is all just littered with like, you know, garbage content, good content, but they all use like roughly the same concepts and the same characters. And I get it, it's Dragon Ball, you have to be like, you know, stick to the lore and to the IP or whatever, but if I were to do like some kind of new villain, I'd want to do something like, I was gonna say something that hasn't been done before, but in some form or another, almost everything has been done before. So I would like to try and stray away from that path as much as possible and just develop good characters and good stories. I can hear you with my left ear. Is it just your mic? Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah, let me fix that for you guys. So my mic is on stereo, but it's only coming out the left channel or the right channel. So let me fix that. Give me 1 second here. Okay, test. Let's try that one. I think it should be good now. So I down switched to mono, so you should hear me out of both sides of the speaker. Sorry about that. Thank you for that catch. I want to make sure that the audio is good here. Let me know if I'm coming in good. I'll bump up the mic a little bit, actually. Savage Goku. Man, don't get me talking about that guy. When does it come out? I'm watching it on stream. Killalicious, what's up, dude? Goku Versus Z is going to be out next Saturday, the 14th. So, yeah, man, I'd love to have you out at the premiere. Definitely join the chat. It's going to be a 2-hour event. It's going to be kick-ass. Thanks for joining, too, Killalicious. Dude, I'll watch your content sometimes, man. Like, I'll tune into your streams. Dude, you're so fucking funny. Get this man an award, the Funny Man Award. Because some of the shit you say is ridiculous. But, man, some of your Dragon Ball takes are, like, spot on with Super. Like, my God. What garbage content. Like, there are some things that are good, but, like, 90% of Dragon Ball Super is just so bad. You know, I want Dragon Ball to be successful. I want it to be the best version of Dragon Ball that it can be. But it's not Super, dude. And I feel like there's some sort of generational gap between OG fans. I was just talking with somebody about this. Between, like, OG fans from, like, you know, who've been fans for, like, over a decade or two. And then there's, like, this generational gap between, like, all the kids that grew up watching Super, who all claimed it to be, like, the best thing ever. It's like, no. It's not. I just came by to say, hey, Dr. J, what's up, dude? It's been a while. Elvis, will we see any Goku fusions in Goku Virus? Not in Goku Virus. No fusions there. Actually, I've been on the record many times saying that I'm not a big fan of fusions. But who knows? We'll see. Headphone users catch that stuff. Yeah, I got my headphones on right now. But I can't hear myself, so that's a good catch. What's the story behind Goku from Goku versus Mega Goku? Not gonna lie, I love his Super Saiyan. Yeah, man, so did you guys ever watch the show Darkwing Duck? So the whole concept with Nega Goku was that he was supposed to be like this alt version. Like in Darkwing Duck, there was Darkwing Duck, and then there was Nega Duck, which was like this negative polar opposite to Darkwing Duck. And I don't remember the whole story behind it. But Darkwing Duck was like this 90s cartoon show. It was awesome. I loved that show. When I was a little kid, I watched it all the time. So I got inspired with the name from that applied to Nega Goku. And he was, I hinted at that he was some kind of like Broly. Either he was like trained by some kind of Broly or fused with Broly or had some kind of history with him. But the other Goku with 2 U's, he was like, I didn't really have much of a backstory with him. He was just like this kind of a bland Goku character. who was a lot weaker. But then he obtained Super Saiyan 3, so I don't know if we'll see them in Goku Versus Z. Maybe, maybe not. You guys will have to keep your eyes peeled. Killicious, thanks, man. I try my best to be entertaining. Yeah, dude. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. If you guys haven't already, check out Killicious. Go over to his channel and give him your support and subscribe. Dragon Ball Super is a dumpster fire. Yeah, man. Like I said, I wanted Dragon Ball to succeed so much, but now it's just this cash grab show. And, you know, it's how many recolors can we get out in a season? How many toys can we sell? There you go, man. Congrats on the finished project. Ninja, thank you. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad it's done. The Nega Darkwing Duck is childhood. Yeah, man, Darkwing Duck is the shit. I haven't watched that show in probably like 20-something years. We have many people have different opinions on Super. Some people say it's trash, others say they like it. I mean, realistically, I feel like, because I've said this before, I feel like Super was dubbed down for a broader, younger, like more general audience. And with all of the things that changed in terms of the normal broadcast viewing in Japan, like there's shit that's in Super, or there was shit in like OG Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z that you just would not see in today's standards in Super. You know, with like arms getting like ripped off and blood shooting everywhere, and like Bulma's ass and shit like that. Like you'd never see that stuff in Super anymore. So, you know, I'm not saying I don't like Super because of that. I'm just saying I think because of the fact that they dubbed it down, you lost a lot of these elements, and you know, there are some good moments in Super, I'll give it that, but for the most part, the vast majority of it, it's like I'm just done with it, man. It's tiresome. I've already said everything I needed to say about DBS. Yeah, dude. I think Super's because Tori lives with the head, he just gives ideas like GT. Yeah, it's like there's a bunch of I see it all the time on Facebook. I don't know how much you guys use Facebook anymore. Facebook is kind of like a trash app or social media site. But there are some. There's a lot of groups and what do you call them? Like pages, fan pages and stuff. And I'll see them as I scroll through Facebook every now and then. I'll see them and I'll post there too to try and promote my stuff. But some of the things that people post on there, man, it's like, how could you seriously think like, you know, some certain thing with Super is better than like OG Dragon Ball Z? And then it got me thinking like, well, it's probably that generational thing again. It's probably just some kid who thinks that the blue hairstyle and, you know, all that stuff is like the greatest thing ever. I love the Super movies, even though you don't like the Heroes one. The Heroes one? Oh, the superhero? Yeah. Well, the Broly one was peak, in my opinion. That one had the absolute hands down, of all of Dragon Ball in general, had the best visual art style. I mean, you're just not going to be able to top it. And if you watch all of the movies, the modern ones, the Super ones, from Battle of Gods to Superhero, it became very apparent to me early on that they were going to be going in this direction of everything's going to be now this 3D model, like using 3D model like cutscenes and whatnot, like you're watching a video game. Because when you look at Battle of Gods, it was like all anime or all like hand-drawn, whatever it is, and then they put in a little bit of 3D models, and then with the Revival of F, then they put in more 3D battles, then same thing with Broly. So it's like they kept doing this hybrid, doing a little bit more and a little bit more, and eventually we got the superhero movie where the whole thing is now just all done with 3D models. And a lot of people don't like that. Some people do. Some people got used to it. Personally, I didn't care for it at all. I didn't care for the movie at all. I think it was just a completely nostalgia-based cash grab movie And, you know, that's no disrespect to Toriyama or any of the guys at Toei, but they literally could have done anything else, and they did Cell all over again. Like, we've already had that, you know? Give us something new. Don't make more nostalgia bait. But they gotta sell the toys, I guess. That's how they stay alive. Yeah, Broly is great, superhero is garbage. You're right, Killilicious. In fact, as a matter of fact, I didn't care for any of the 4 modern-day films. The only one I liked was Broly. The other 3 were all kind of, like, bad. Since Super Saiyan 4 Evil Goku's final form, will you also include full power Super Saiyan 4 for him, since it does exist in GT? Yeah, so, like, I think Numbers asked me this before. I don't know if he's here, but I don't really go over it in my animations, but you know how, like, in Dragon Ball Z, like, you have the different grade forms, so Goku has, like, you know, there's grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and then there's, like, the full power Super Saiyan. And then you had in GT, just like you said, there was, like, the full power Super Saiyan 4, so it's like, I don't really touch on those in my animations because, well, there's a bunch of different reasons. You know, it would just take up time from a story aspect to focus on them. And then there's the sprite limitations, which means I would have to create all of the sprites for just simply, you know, a simple hairstyle change or like a big muscle increase or something like that. So unless it's absolutely needed in my animation, I would sprite it, I would do it. So I don't really touch on those. So you can either assume that he knows those grades or you can assume that he doesn't. It really doesn't matter because they're ultimately the same thing. But I get it, you know, you're getting a bigger boost in power. No one wants CGI Dragon Ball. Yeah, man, I agree. You know, I think they should go back to just the 2D style. And, you know, they should try and make it look as epic and as badass as possible. Like, even when you're watching Super, like, that art style looks like it oh my god, it looks childish compared to Z. Like, I get it. It's been, you know, 20 or 30 years since they did Dragon Ball Z or even GT, but like the art style changed and all that stuff. Like, I'd give an arm and a leg to see that vintage, like, late 80s, early 90s Dragon Ball style come back again. Like, that would be, it'd be fucking peak, dude. Because I'm not gonna lie, legitimately, I think the best art style was right at the end of Dragon Ball and then right at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, where like, you know, Goku's muscles were like not really somewhat defined. He had like a thin neck, like Vegeta's thin neck, and like the cinematography and the fight sequences in those early, like, or those late 80s, early 90s episodes were like so fucking awesome. But as Z progressed, obviously the art style and the artists and everything changed, and, you know, that's fine. It still looked good. But I just think that, like, you know, early Saiyan saga and then like late Piccolo Jr. saga, like that art style right in there was just so fucking good. I was 9 or 10 when I first saw Goku Versus Evil Goku, and not finally after a Millennium Puzzle, I will see the greatness that made me choose to be an animator. Jet, dude, that's awesome, man. You know, I'll tell you guys, like, I'm probably the most, like, normal, down-to-earth dude. I get messages like that, or at least I used to when YouTube still had their DM system. But I'll get them occasionally, whether it be through Discord or on my Facebook page, or Twitter or something like that. I'll still get, like, someone messaging me being like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like, you inspired me to go into animation. Like, I went on to get an animation degree. How do you respond to somebody like that? It's like, you know, I inspired somebody to basically alter their life and go on and get a degree, you know, in animation doing something. I mean, that's very, very humbling. You know, and I wish all those people the best, and you as well, Jet. That's awesome. You know, I couldn't be more proud. Definitely send me examples of what you can do, man. I'd love to see it. How about a Goku that has access to quantum energy and hops from universe to universe, collecting weapons and martial arts techniques, kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I don't know what that means, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ronin stuff. But I can't really answer that question, Darkman, because maybe it's going to be in GVZ. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The Dawn and style Super made was characters look plastic. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the styles in Super, you're right, it makes them look like they're made of plastic. The colors are much more vivid and bright, and I think that was done on purpose. I mean, I get it, you know, we're now in 2023, and it's not, you know, 1980s or 90s anymore. So obviously they can brighten up colors really nice and, you know, make things look more perfect. But yeah, man, it's... I don't know. There's just something about that style. I just don't really care for it all that much. In some scenes, it's like, you know, when they switch over to certain animators, sometimes it looks really nice, but the majority of the time, I'm not a huge fan of it. But if you guys are, you know, that's fine. You know, it is what it is. We just have a difference of opinion, and that's the beauty of it. You know, if you like Super and I don't, that's perfectly fine. We should be able to have either a well-rounded conversation or go our separate ways or what have you. But I feel like this entire community, as I've spoken to before in previous videos, is just littered with individuals who just can't seem to stand the fact that people don't like Super or vice versa, and it just causes this huge hate and division within the Dragon Ball fandom, and it just rips apart the community. And you look at it from, just pull back and look at it, and it's just this heaping pile of ass. Fuck. At least it's not like the Sonic fandom, man. Like, from the little that I've seen of that, that's been crazy. And I love Sonic the Hedgehog. That was my first video game, too. Dragon Ball Superhero was supposed to be just a Piccolo movie, but the studio interfered in the production, putting in Gohan and Cell. I mean, I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but... you know, even if it was just a Piccolo movie, then it would make sense, because it's like they didn't have the budget, or they didn't want to put in the money for the budget in order to make it the biggest, best thing that they could ever do. Because personally, I think they wouldn't be able to top Broly. I mean, how do you top that? The animation in that was unbelievable. But yeah, you know. Which alternate Goku was your favorite design? I've never been asked that question before. That's a good question. There's a lot of new Gokus in GVZ. I think one of my favorite designs is going to be a Goku that's in GVZ. I can't tell you who it is. But design-wise, it's probably my favorite. Obviously, I'll have to come back around and answer that question after GVZ releases. Are you going to do any more Evil Goku manga? Yeah, so the manga, no. Simply because just to get that first one out took so much time. There were a lot of things with that first one that either I would have done differently, or I wish that the production could have been quicker. I had all the money set aside for it. The money wasn't the issue. But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to do a manga. I think if I were to go back, and I would like to go back and tell Evil Goku's origin story, it wouldn't be for a while, after I take a little vacation here. But I do want to do that, and still keep it canon to the Goku Versus series, because the series is done after GVZ. So I'd like to go back and do some kind of prequel thing, not as an animation, but I have some ideas ironed out, and I think it's going to be pretty cool if I can, you know, go through with it. So we'll see. But the manga, no, I'm not going to put any more time or money into it. So I guess that first chapter was just kind of like a one-off thing. But if I do go back and tell the whole story with his origins, then I would obviously have to retell that beginning intro again. I'm gonna go ahead. Want to say respect your opinion on Super. I like, but it's okay that you don't. I respect you, bro, Henry. Also, your work and animations are awesome. Dr. J, thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's hard work, dude. There were times working on Goku Versus Z, like the mental strain, just sitting down and trying to even just work on one shot, not a scene, a shot, like one camera shot of like 1 or 2 seconds, was just incredibly draining, and I could barely get a shot done in a day. That happened maybe a couple times working on the project, and I think a lot of that mental strain just came from overwork and stress and what have you, so I tried to take as many breaks as I could. And I'm usually not the type of person to have any kind of like mental drain or stress or stuff like that, but when you work on a project as large as this and as long as a time as it has been, 2.5 years, I think eventually at some point it wears you down, and it definitely did wear me down a couple times there. It just kind of chiseled away. Will Evil Goku meet his DBS version of himself? I don't know, man. That's a good question. We're gonna have to wait and see. The Sonic fandom is mainly just annoying Sonic. Maybe some hidden gems. Stop motion. Yeah, I don't know much about, like, again, my first video game was Sonic 2 for the Sega Genesis, which I got when I was living in Canada at the time. I got it for Christmas, a Sega Genesis, and it came with Sonic 2. And I remember I hooked that sucker up to we had a big screen TV. I think it was like 1990, oh man, I'm gonna say like 93 or 4, somewhere in there, 91, something like that. And the big screen TV that we had, it's not like the big screen TVs today. This thing was like 900 pounds, and it was like a projector, and it had this weird like matted material for the screen. And I hooked that thing up to that thing. It must have been, I don't know, 42 inches or something like that. And I played the shit out of Sonic 2, man, but I could never beat it. I beat it eventually, like, you know, years later as an adult, but as a kid, I could not beat that game, and it infuriated me. I'd get past, what level was it? It was the oil level, which I believe was after the cave level, or the sky level, but you'd get to the oil one, and for whatever reason, I would always die. I only beat that level like 1, maybe 2 times. Yeah, I remember that, man. Sonic is awesome, dude. That's a fucking great game, Sonic 2. Michael K, what's up, man? I understand your point. It's just a bigger power boost, but supposedly Evil Goku goes full power, and you can see a red glow radiating. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like I said, it's just a slight visual change. It's a red glow. It's like, well, he's gonna have a red glow anyway with his aura around him, so there's no point. Do you still watch some older animations from the days of Newgrounds nostalgia? I do, sometimes. Not all the time, but occasionally I will. Like the stick figure ones. There were some really awesome stick figure ones from back in the day. I can't remember the name of this one. It was really popular. It was about this cop. He was a cop stick figure, and he was trying to hunt down this like crazy stick figure dude that was going ballistic through the town. So it was like they were like using guns and like, you know, martial arts and stuff, and it was badass. I can't remember the name of that series. I'd have to go back and try and find it, but that one was awesome. I really would like to see that one again. Sonic Kronk, definitely Burnout. Yeah, man, it was Burnout, dude. Jordan Wheeler, sing with the MCU, Disney, Star Wars. I had to fight to keep my beliefs. Zoomers. I don't even know what any of that means, Jordan. What also makes Super less epic for me was the sound effects. It just doesn't hit the same like it was in Z. Some of the sound effects in Super are okay. I like that they almost like they redid them in a way, or they made them sound more modern. Goku Versus Z, I have a lot of... It's not strictly all Dragon Ball sounds. I interspliced different sounds to create new Dragon Ball sounding sound effects, if that makes sense. So it's like if you have that like large hit sound, I would take another audio file or maybe two and then like adjust the levels, adjust certain things with it, like delays and what have you. And then I would like kind of merge them together and it would create like a new sound. So there's a lot of that in Goku Versus Z. There's a lot of like retro sounds from like the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z, and then obviously like the main Dragon Ball Z dub, Jap dub sound effects. But yeah, man, there's a lot of... I'm actually really proud with the sound effects that I did in GVZ, I'm not gonna lie, because some of them sound really, really good. So I think you guys are really gonna like the sound for this. Also, I would highly encourage all of you guys to wear headphones when you watch GVZ. It is in 4K, so you can watch it on your TV. I watched it on my big screen TV, and there was a little bit of... There's like some audio level differences when you watch it on your big screen. But when you wear headphones, it sounds perfect. You just have to bump your volume up. So it's just something to keep in mind. I would just highly encourage you guys to wear headphones and get immersed in that experience. More dynamic camera shots in GVZ. I don't know why people complain about your evolved animation style. I love the point of view shots of Goku Black, you cited. Jacob, dude, thank you for bringing that up, man. So when I first started doing this series in 2009, even though I had done some other things before that, I did it, you know, as your standard animation, sprite animations would be today. Very much just a 2D style, back and forth, side to side, not much camera angles, and the camera would just constantly be following characters back and forth throughout the whole stage, right? But it became very apparent to me as the series went on to experiment and try to create as much unique and diverse camera angles and shots as I possibly could, to the point where I wanted to try and mimic the style as if you were actually sitting down and watching, you know, like a full-fledged Dragon Ball Z episode or two. So now it's just gotten to the point where I feel like I've kind of peaked and plateaued of my abilities for what type of camera shots and angles can be done in a 3D environment using 2D based sprites. You know, to do what I'm doing, I don't see a lot of people using After Effects as their primary source of animation with a sprite animation like this. I'm sure the guys over at, what's it called, Death Battle, they might use it. I've seen some other animators use it, but as their primary one, like, I don't touch Flash at all. I don't use Adobe Animate at all. Everything I do is all inside of After Effects. It has the best camera for that, so you can get those 3D rotations, and you can, you know, really angle sprites and get things in 3D space situated really good. So, like I said, as far as trying to get the peak 2D style, but in a 3D environment, I think this is about the best you can do without having to actually use a 3D model character. Because all these environments that I created were all set up in 3D space. Even with the Goku Black one here that we're watching on screen, that was all done in 3D space. So, yeah, so when you sit down and watch Goku Versus Z, I don't want you guys to be sitting down and watching another 2D side-to-side, follow the camera, follow the character animation. When you sit down and watch Goku Versus Z, it's a fucking experience, man. You're watching like 4 episodes of Dragon Ball Z back to back to back. So it's very much like a movie-style kind of approach. And that's what I've tried to incorporate as the series has gone on over the years. And this one, I think, by far has the best camera work in it. So thanks for bringing that up, man. I did want to talk about that. I get what you mean. I somewhat have the same problem when it comes to making that one Evil Goku AMV. Still not done with it, but I'm getting there. It's hard to replicate your work by using DBZ episodes. Dude, if you guys haven't checked out H2O Goku Official, make sure you go check out his YouTube channel. So he actually has taken my Dragon Ball Z Goku Versus sprite animations from the series, and he's like recreated the characters using clips from the show, but then recoloring them and cutting them out to make these awesome epic looking trailers. And he does an awesome job, so make sure you guys go check out his channel. He's done, I think, maybe like 2 or 3 of my Evil Goku stuff. And H2O, when Goku Versus Z comes out, I don't know which one you're working on now, but I think when GVZ comes out, you'll be like, oh man, now I have to go back and redo this or do another one, because there's going to be a lot of events and shit that goes down, and you know, fight sequences and characters that are revealed and whatnot, that you're going to have to go back and make a new one, man. So I'm excited to see what you can do. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. Z was pretty cool too. I remember that. I remember watching that. I think it was Newgrounds, and then it transitioned to YouTube, or maybe it was always on YouTube. But I remember watching that back in the day. That was a good one. Mindless Combat on Newgrounds. That might have been it, Jacob. The cop animation you were talking about. Yeah, that might have been it. I think there was like 4, 5, or 6 episodes of it, and it had something to do with this. I think he was wearing a mask. He was wearing a hockey mask, the rogue killer dude, and he killed the cop's like sidekick or something, and then he started terrorizing the whole city, and then this cop had to like hunt him down. It was something like that. That might have been it. Mindless Combat. Or maybe Mindless Combat, was that the other one with all the little gray dudes? They would come out and the dude was like always dancing, and then they'd all start like shooting guns at each other. My friends and I are going to have a watch party at his house with the surround sound. Dude, you're gonna have to tell me how that goes, because I have not tested Goku Versus Z with surround sound. So I have no idea what you're in for, what you're gonna expect. Like I had mentioned earlier, when you put on headphones and you crank the volume up, everything sounds perfect. But like I said, when I played Goku Versus Z off my TV, you could definitely hear certain scenes were louder and lower than others, just slightly. So you'll have to let me know. Maybe the surround sound will sound a lot better. Maybe that's what I was missing from my TV. Definitely noticed all the angles you've used over the years, and it's definitely something you've done more than most. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I think the reason why a lot of people gravitate towards my work is because of the uniqueness of it, that I try and replicate as if you're watching an actual show or the anime. And I have unique camera angles, you know, zoom in and close-ups and rotated cameras and whatnot. Because most others, when they create a sprite animation, that's literally just the fight. I have put so much effort into the story to try and create a good story with good characters, because obviously the whole gripe with Goku Versus is that you have all of these different colored Goku characters from all these different universes. So it's like, yeah, okay, it's Goku. Like, we all know who that is. So I think it's very important for, you know, not just evil Goku, but some of these secondary characters to have unique personalities and character arcs and growth and whatnot. So I feel like with Goku Versus Z in particular, focusing in on telling an awesome story with awesome character growth was essential to making sure that this was all done right, you know, in conjunction with all the cool shots and whatever. And maybe I'm wrong, you guys will have to tell me. A lot of the other sprite animators that are out there, they all focus on the fights. They all focus on the combos and the, you know, doing these epic looking flashy fights. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's what you should do. It's a sprite animation. You know, we're not winning an Academy Award here. But that's great, you know, but that's just not my style. That's not what I'm going for. You know, in conjunction with having cool fights, I also want to tell a really cool story. So that's why I got all these voice actors, spent all this time and money and blood, sweat, and tears into this project to make sure that the story was done right and the characters were done right. And actually, I wasn't going to talk about this, but I will. something that I absolutely do not like in Super, probably one of the my main top 5 things, was the treatment of Goku and how he regressed in character. And there are a ton of people, kids, individuals that are out there that will tell you that Goku did not regress in character, and that he's a flat character. That is completely not true. Goku is not a flat character, and he did regress in Super. He does progress in Z, and in GT as well, a little bit, even though he's turned into a kid, but I don't really care for that, but whatever. So in Goku Versus Z, I did not want to have a super fucking Goku. Like, I didn't want GT Goku to be Super Goku with his dumbass, oh, what is this? I'm gonna press a button and, be all fucking stupid. So the Goku in Goku, or the Goku Prime, I should say, that's in Goku Versus Z, is very much a mature Goku. It's one who's been through the ringer, he's been fighting evil Goku for 100 years. It's post 100 years GT events. So he's a much more seasoned, mature Goku, very much like how Goku was, kind of like in the Cell games, in Dragon Ball Z, he's still got those moments of, being, a little bit silly, but he's not retarded like in Super. So I definitely spent some time with him on that, in addition to Evil Goku and other characters. So hopefully you guys will find that, or will see that in the performances and whatnot, and with the script. How are you feeling? Legit, are you doing okay? I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm excited for this thing to come out next week. I was gonna, so originally, when I was done, I was looking at dates when I was gonna release it, and I was gonna do it at the end of January. I'm like, you know what? That's 4 weeks away. I don't want to wait that long. I know all of you guys don't want to wait that long. You've already been waiting for 2.5 years. Those of you who have been with me for a longer period of time know that I originally announced Goku Versus Z back in 2014. So you guys have been waiting even longer. So I was like, you know what? I think 2 weeks is good. I already have 4 trailers done. I can just do 2 trailers the first week, 2 trailers the second week, and release it at the end of that second week. So I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to have this project done, for all of us to go to the premiere and watch this thing together. It's going to be an awesome event. I'm really excited for it. What will the final fight be? I can't tell you that, man. I can't give you this spoil. Get out of here, dude. I can't tell you these spoils. I can tell you what it's not. It's not going to be Cell Max versus Gohan. Goku Z, what's up? Hola, what's up, man? Metal Sonic, what's up? John MG, what's up? I'm a few minutes behind, so I know I'm kind of ranting here. What's up, guys? A pre-event party, let's go. Yeah, man, so we have, if you guys go and check my community tab, or on my Twitter, or Discord, the links to all that's down below, but if you check, at least on YouTube in my community tab, I posted a calendar with all of the event dates. So today we've got a live stream, or tonight I should say, we have a live stream, and then next week on, I don't have the calendar in front of me, but I believe it's Tuesday or Wednesday, we have another live stream like this. And there we go. And then we have the premiere on Saturday of next week. So yeah, Goku Versus Z releases the 14th, guys, and it's 7 p.m. Eastern. If you know what channel, Hitaro Jitsu, he made cool animations like GT Go. I've seen his stuff. I'll be honest, I have not watched an entire episode. I'd like to react to his content at some point. I've seen clips of things that he's done, but I've never actually sat down and watched an entire animation from him. But from what I've seen, his the work that he puts in on combos and the fight sequences is really, really top notch. But I would love to go in at some point in the future, either as Cooler or as myself, react to his animations for the first time. Because like I've said, I've only seen clips of them. The ones I've seen, I think I did see a clip of the GT Goku versus Super, and then I saw another little part of, I thought it was Superman and Vegeta or Superman and Goku or something. I don't remember. But at some point I'll check it out. The Goku vs. Evil Goku has been going on for so many years, and it's crazy that it's finally coming to a close. As great as this is going to be, just curious as what you're going to do afterwards. Yeah, man. As far as afterwards, I have a few things in my mind I'm bouncing around. I do want to continue my YouTube channel. You know, this has just been a passion project. It's just been a hobby. Just so you guys know, I don't monetize any of the Goku Versus videos. You know, for various reasons. Obviously, the first one being, you know, it's not 100% my video. I can't necessarily claim it as mine because it's, you know, obviously all from Toei. So I don't want to infringe on anybody's rights. You know, the music that I use are other people's, other music artists, fan music artists, or producers' music. You know, I don't want to infringe on their rights either as well. You know, with the characters and everything. So none of when you go and watch any of those videos, if you see ads on any of the Goku Versus animations, those aren't my ads. They were either placed there from, you know, Toei or a music artist that's collecting revenue from it or whatever. So I literally don't generate any income from those at all. Other videos that are on my channel that I know are 100% mine, I monetize those. But I just don't monetize the ones in the series. Hell, I don't even remember what the question was. I kind of went off on a side tangent. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. But yeah, man. It's been so in this September, it'll be 15 years. And as a matter of fact, the next trailer that drops on, I believe it's Friday. The next trailer drops Friday. It even says in there it's been 15 years, though technically it's only been 14, but it will be 15 years this year. So 15 is a better number, I think, than 14. But yeah, man, it's been a long time. I've been working on this. It's a passion project, hobby project. And now we've come to the ending. And I've always wanted to do this one. I got distracted with other things, some life events, other projects. So this one, Goku Versus Z, like I said, was announced in 2014. And now here we are in 2023, almost 10 years later. And now it's done. So, yeah, man, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too, because it's going to be an awesome event. And I would highly, highly, highly encourage you guys to react to it. I am doing a giveaway contest. You guys can win $250. I'm giving away $250 to one person, one winner. And all you have to do is react to Goku Versus Z. It has to be a face reaction. So, you know, no VTuber models or, you know, wearing a mask or something like that. So it has to be a face reaction, first time watching reaction to Goku Versus Z. So if you're, you know, going to react to it at the premiere, that's fine. And then if you tag the video, upload it to YouTube, tag it with hashtag Goku Versus Z, and then put a little @TheRedheadHenry in the title, and that'll ensure that I see everybody's entry. And yeah, I'll watch it, and at some point I'll pick a winner, and then, you know, whoever wins will get $250. I always try to do like events whenever I release my animations, like previous animations, like the one here, Goku Black or Majin Buu. We did like art contests, and then whoever won the art contest would have that piece of artwork displayed as the thumbnail for the video, and then I would feature all the artwork in the credits. But not this time. This time I'm just going to give away straight cash, $250. Anybody who wants to react, go for it. What was the story of Savage Goku? There was no backstory for him, and that's the beauty of it. Not every character needs a backstory. I think that's part of the mystery to it. But with Savage Goku, I believe I did a video on it where I even stated, like, what do we know about him? We know he's powerful. You know, he took on, I don't remember, like 13 or 14 Kamehamehas point blank. So yeah, you know, he's definitely powerful, but we don't know much about him. Glenn, good day to you, sir. What's up, man? Yo, Henry, did you ever dream the Evil Goku series would get you this far? No. When I created the first one in 2009 in college on my old, like, 1.8 gig laptop, I just created it, uploaded it to YouTube, and that was it. And, you know, I started to realize, like, hey, you know, I think I can craft this into a series and tell, like, this cool story with this Evil Goku character. And, you know, going back, it's like, I wish there were some things I think I might do a little bit different, but in the grand scheme of things, I wouldn't really change all that much. But I've kind of embraced the fact that I'm known as, like, the recolor king, because literally when you watch it, it's just all Goku recolors. But I feel like, you know, I had a conversation not that long ago about this. Like, with Super, the recolor is the focus. So when you see someone like Goku using Super Saiyan Blue, it's like, oh, okay, it's a new form. From Toei, it's Super Saiyan Blue. The focus is on the recolor. When you go and watch, like, Goku Versus, yes, there are different colored Gokus, you know, like different colored hair and different colored outfits and whatever, but for a multitude of reasons, one being, you know, I didn't have the time to spend to, you know, completely change them and make them all unique, so just a simple recolor was the only way to show, like, hey, he's from a different universe and things are different there. And two, you know, it's like with Super, like I said, the recolor is the focus, but with mine, it's like, okay, Evil Goku has red hair when he's Super Saiyan. That's not the focus. Like, the focus should be the character in the story, not, oh my god, it's the ultimate form. He has silver hair. So, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's kind of weird. Almost like you could say it's, I don't know. Not really a double-edged sword, but it's just like kind of like a different in focus, I guess you could say. But no, I never thought I'd go this far with it. You know, I was in college, I was, 20 at the time, maybe? And I'll be 35 in February. Shit, man. We're all getting old, guys. That was the after credits scene, I believe, after OG Goku Versus, where it was a bunch of regular Gokus. Yes, Jacob, that's right. So at the time, I think it was 2013, at the end of Goku Versus Evil Goku 4, there were like two ending scenes. There was one with Goku and Evil Goku, and they were eating at this table, you know, like who's going to get the last rice bowl. But then after that, there was the build-up, the tease for the next Goku Versus, which was Goku Versus Z. So actually, you're right. I teased it in 2013, and then I announced it officially in 2014. But then, yeah, for almost 10 years, I never touched it. I only completed about 1 or 2%, somewhere in there of it. And then, yeah, now here we are. Ooh, yummy. Watching since 09 graduation. Damn, dude, that's a long ass time. And you've stuck around that whole time? Congrats, dude. The true OG. Sanai Kronk. I can't pronounce your name, man. You're the true OG. Am I late? Banana, you're not late, dude. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we're gonna end the stream like right now. I'm kidding! I'm gonna watch one episode of your series at least once a day until I get to the day of Goku Versus Z drops. So this will be a marathon for me. Michael K, that's awesome, dude. Run that marathon and you'll be all caught up to speed with, you know, events and characters and whatnot. Make sure you read the descriptions too, because I put, you know, I outlined the story a little better in the descriptions of the videos. What about the Stone Goku? He kind of interests me. Yeah, man. I think I dubbed him just Statue Goku or Rock Goku or something like that. But, because, you know, you got to be able to distinguish the difference between all these Gokus. Because they're all named Goku. Like, Goku doesn't refer to evil Goku as evil Goku. His name is Goku. It's just you got to be able to distinguish them when you're talking about them. So, the Stone Goku that you're referencing, I don't know, man. We'll have to find out in GVZ what his deal is. Yeah, man. We're all old. We're getting old. I'm gonna call it Evil Goku and the Goku he's been always fighting fused to beat the big bad of Goku Versus Z. 100% no cap. I don't know, man. I've always been on record saying I don't like fusions. I think they're a cop-out and they never work, and for some reason or another, because of the story or plot, they never defeat the villain. You could literally go down the list. I think fusion, in the main series and in the movies, fusion has only worked in defeating a main villain one time, and that was against Janemba. Every other time, they could not defeat the villain for plot reasons. So I don't really care for fusions. I think it takes away from the character growth and character development of a character when they can simply just say, okay, let's join bodies, become the strongest thing ever, and toy with our opponent until the fusion runs out, and then we're forced to do something else anyway. I feel like they're always just a cop-out, but that's just me. If you guys like fusions, by all means, that's great. How did having actual voice actors affect the story as well as directing the different talent? This is much different from using pre-existing clips. Yeah, Jacob, so that's an awesome question because in like pretty much every other previous installment of the series, I was using voice clips from the games. So that ultimately altered the story somewhat. I was limited in terms of what I can do to have things make sense because I absolutely 100% did not want to use captions or text boxes or anything like that. I wanted to have more of an authentic feel with the voice clips, and with this one being the last one, to be able to tell the story that I wanted to tell on the level that I wanted to tell it, there was absolutely no way I could use voice clips from any of the games. I had to hire voice talent, and we've got some top tier voice talent in GVZ. Everybody did a phenomenal job with their characters, and you know, I wrote out the script. I developed the script, the whole thing. You know, I'll get into more details about that after GVZ releases. I'm going to do a director's cut, as I usually always do, and I'm sure that director's cut with the commentary, or sorry, not director's cut, a commentary cut with me talking over it. And I'm sure that thing, because I'm going to pause it too as I go through it, so that thing's probably going to be like 4 hours. But shit, man. Yeah, we'll get into all those types of details in the commentary video. But yeah, all the voice actors did a phenomenal job. I was able to craft the story that I 100% wanted to do. And you know, I'm not making these videos for you guys. I don't want that to be misunderstood. I create these videos for me. You know, it's my story. I do things that I want to do and things that I want to tell. And if you guys like it, that's just a bonus for me. And if you don't, you know, it is what it is. You can watch somebody else's video. That's fine. But I tell these stories for me. It's just a passion project, like I said before. And yeah, man, I'm just excited that it's done and that everybody gets to watch it on the big day next week. Sonic Chronic is how you... Oh, okay, so the K is just replacing the C. I gotcha. Sonic Chronic. Too bad we're not on Discord so I can, like, change your nickname from the K to the C. Because I'm old, man. I'm planning to rewatch the entire Evil Goku series before it... Yeah, man, all you guys should go back rewatch it. You know, you'll have a... I think if you haven't seen it in a while, you'll have a better understanding of events and whatnot, like I said. Because I feel like what's going to happen, similar to what I did with the Goku Black animation, I created for Goku Versus Z a animation document, which explains characters and events and stuff, more so if you wanted to get into it other than just watching the animation. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of individuals who come from this new generation of Super who are going to say certain things along the lines of, oh my god, the power scaling makes no sense, and, you know, this character has blue hair, so he must have Super Saiyan Blue. Why is he not stronger than, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Goku Prime? So it's like they haven't watched the entire series. So when you go back and rewatch the entire series from beginning to end, it absolutely makes sense in terms of the power scaling. And I've always tried to keep the power scaling consistent to the anime, and where I think characters would land, because, you know, obviously the series takes place in between certain events of the main Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball timeline, right? And then now that we have this introduction of Super, you know, that kind of threw a wrench into certain things. So when you see a character, for example, like Goku Prime, who is the Goku who has been fighting evil Goku throughout the entire series, you know, when you see him at Super Saiyan 4, and I'm not saying this happens in Goku Versus Z, but if you see him at Super Saiyan 4 flick away a blue-haired Goku who's Super Saiyan Blue, you know, you're probably going to have some person who's seen Super and only Super be like, oh my god, that would never happen because Super Saiyan 4 is weaker than Super Saiyan Blue. But the simple matter is that he's been fighting evil Goku for the past 100 years and is so much more vastly superior to Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue wouldn't be a challenge to him. So I created that animation document in preparation for those types of people, and I think it's good too to kind of have that you know, explanation document. So if you guys have questions or want to learn more about the series or characters, it's literally just a PDF file. It will be in the description of the video after the premiere, and you click it, download it. It's 40 pages. And you can read up on literally any event or any character that takes place in the animation. So that'll be available to you guys. You're literally making part of my childhood, Brad. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. No, thank you, man. Like, listen. No joke, I've been doing this for 15 years. It's just been a passion project, a hobby, and you guys who have been watching it and have, you know, been so humbling and supporting of this project in my videos. And, you know, I make these videos for me, like I said, and you guys, you know, happen to enjoy them. That really means a lot to me, and you know, I couldn't be happier. And to those of you who went on to get animation degrees and go off to college because of my videos, I honestly don't even know what to say. It's very, very humbling. I'm just literally an average dude. You know, I couldn't be more thrilled that, you know, you saw my content and got inspired and that you wanted to do something positive with your life and get an animation degree. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for sticking with me on this journey. It really, really means a lot. And yeah, maybe the animations some of them are old and outdated, and maybe there's some nostalgia here and there with Goku Versus Z touching on certain things or whatever, but it's been an awesome project, man, and I'm glad that you guys were here and sticking with me throughout this whole journey. It's been awesome. Should we expect any new forms above Super Saiyan 4? I can't answer that, Banana. I will simply say that you should expect new forms, yes. What forms, I can't say. Obviously, that would spoil the animation, but you should expect new forms. You should expect, let me rephrase, you should expect all forms, and then some new ones. Yeah, I'm definitely taking a break after this. Shortly after Goku Versus Z releases, I'll do the commentary video, like I said. I might do some promo stuff here and there. I have some like little wrap-up videos that I'd like to do. But I'm going to take a break for a while. I would love to continue with my YouTube channel in the future. I do have some things planned. I just have to get them ironed out and figure out how I'm going to do them and whatnot. But I don't really want to worry about that right now or think about it right now. When this animation's done, I'm on vacation. So that's it. You know, you guys can... I actually wrote it out in the animation document. You guys can literally picture me sitting on a beach, sunglasses on, a cigar in one hand, and a good beer in the other, just like chilling by a beach as the sunset goes down. I definitely have earned a vacation and a break, and I'm definitely going to collect on that. In your opinion, which alternate Goku that you created is the strongest one? Well, I can answer that just based on what we've seen. Based on what we've seen, we know that Goku Black, or my version of Goku Black, is the strongest. As far as what we know, he is the strongest one going into Goku Versus Z. He is the most dangerous. He is the most powerful that we know of, again. And, yeah, he should not be taken lightly. So we'll see what happens with him in Goku Versus Z and how that's going to progress. But obviously you guys saw from the trailer that I released on, I believe it was Monday or Sunday, the evil Goku's going through some issues, you know, so we'll see what happens with that and how things unfold. And yeah, man, I think it's going to be pretty shocking and surprising. But yeah, I like, design-wise, I'd answered this before, I think one of my favorite Goku designs is in GVZ. I can't tell you which one, but yeah, the strongest would definitely be Goku Black's, which is why, and I've had this asked to me so many times, you know, is Savage Goku gonna be in Goku Versus Z? How strong is Savage Goku? You know, tell us more about Savage Goku. To me, it's like, okay, if I were to put Savage Goku in Goku Versus Z, that would literally just be nostalgia for all of you guys who remember watching the original. And, you know, based on how strong he was then, I don't know for sure. This is just a guess. My guess is Black would be able to blink and Savage Goku would just be ripped away, blinked into nothingness. I don't know. I'd have to really sit down and think about it. So, I don't think Savage Goku is the strongest. You know, at this point in time, I think it's definitely Goku Black, and he is the primary bad guy in GVZ. Make sure you have your Master Roshi shades on. Hell yeah, dude, I got my Master Roshi shades. The Goku Black is a hybrid from both the manga and the anime. What exactly does that mean? So, if you read the manga, and then with Goku Black and how he transforms, he has, when he goes Super Saiyan, he gets his yellow hair, but then he also has robes, but then when you look at him in the anime, he doesn't get his yellow hair transformation at all. And then when you look at the differences between them, it's like, okay, well, one variant, when he transforms into Super Saiyan, it's like the equivalent of Super Saiyan 1, but then the other one isn't. So my thought process is, okay, he's kind of like this hybrid between the two, where the universe where he comes from, when the Saiyans transform, they regrow their tails. Or if they have their tail, you know, they already have their tail. But when they go Super Saiyan, they regrow their tail. So that's part of the Super Saiyan transformation from the universe that Black comes from. In addition to that, when he goes Super Saiyan for the first time in the animation, you know, he has his yellow hair. And obviously he has that, you know, mind and spirit of Zamasu within the body of Goku, right? So my thought process was, okay, so when he transforms and uses Super Saiyan Rose, that's going to be almost like he's mixing his God Ki that is present from Zamasu with the Saiyan power from Goku, which is what causes the Rose transformation. So it's almost like it's a separate transformation, right? So that's why he gets the you know, the pink tail and the pink hair or what have you. So power-wise, he's a combination of the manga and the anime variants, and he's literally a cheat code, because my version of Black does not let he rejects the Zero Mortal plan, right? He has a very, very unusual Zenkai boost. So after every little engagement that he gets in, he gets a significant boost in power, which is why he was able to keep up and continue to grow against evil Goku, right? In addition to that, he has his tail. He's also stronger with his tail. I think, I could be wrong, I remember reading somewhere that a Saiyan with his tail is like stronger without it or something. Maybe that was just some ridiculous thing I read from years ago. But yeah, so Black is like a cheat code, man. He is super dangerous. Take that vacation, Red. You deserved it. You bet your ass. What are your thoughts on Super Saiyan 5? It is the pinnacle of fan forms. I love it. Oh man, my chat just went crazy. Are you regressed with Super Goku in there as well? What? I don't understand the question. I bet it's Renegade Goku. It's just our cup of tea, isn't it, Red? Renegade Goku, no. He does have a cool design. I didn't create Renegade Goku, actually. I don't know if I haven't messaged him in a while. This guy, Mac, he did the sprite for him. I told him, like, hey, can you create a Goku like this? And he did. It was in 2014, actually. He did them all in, I believe it was 2014 or 15. He created all of the Renegade Goku sprites. And I really liked how that turned out, because he's got, you know, that bomber jacket, rolled up sleeves. He's got the gloves on. He's got this gnarly tattoo across his face. Like, it almost looked like Skyrim or some, like, badass post-apocalyptic world type shit going on there. I do like his design. It's not my favorite, though. Are you using Super Goku in there? And is there gonna be a regress as he is in the anime for consistency? I don't know why that struck me funny. Off the top of my head, I don't recall if I have a Goku that is in there. Not necessarily from Super, but I can't recall off the top of my head that I have a Goku that is, for lack of a better term, retarded. There is a character, I can't tell you guys anything about him. I really shouldn't say this. There is another. So obviously you can tell from the trailers who the primary and secondary characters are, right? There is Goku Prime, Evil Goku, and then you have these minor characters or supporting characters like Goku Me, and you have Mecha Goku is one as well. And then we also have, we don't know how much Renegade Goku. And then you have Goku Black, he's the main bad guy. But there's obviously other characters I haven't revealed, but there is one more additional supporting character. And I can't tell you guys what type of Goku, where he comes from, all that kind of stuff. But he is another supporting character. Maybe I would classify that as somewhat as an annoying character. I don't know, but off the top of my head, I don't remember if I put in any, like, super Gokus that are like, oh, what's this? Oh yeah, that's a rock, Goku. Oh, I don't know what that is. There is definitely humor in this. I tried to put in as much humor as I could where I could. There's a lot of sarcasm too, especially with Evil Goku. You know, when you're writing with characters, you know, you write what you know, and you put a little bit of yourself into characters too. So with the story and with the characters, there's a little bit of me and some of my life events and things that I know and things that I thought would be cool, you know, from like Dragon Ball, you know, just kind of mixing those together. So like Evil Goku he's sarcastic. I couldn't obviously really do that much in the previous animations, so he's kind of got a little sarcastic thing to him. You know, he thinks very, what would be the word? Like he's very introverted, unlike Goku, who's very outroverted. So you'll definitely see the difference in characters. You know, and all these characters have slightly different personalities too, so there's like a clash and a little bit of conflict there. So yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. Been here since day one. Goku versus Evil Goku with Pixel Video. Alex, thanks, man. You must have been here from my old YouTube channel, which was TheRedHeadHenry, where I originally uploaded, I think it was the first 3 animations. And then in 2011, I created my now current channel where I deleted them. Unfortunately, I had to recently delete them from my old channel, but I still had them up there for a while. And then I made this switch over to this one, though, in 2011. Banana, Evil Gokumi, and Gokumi. Yeah, man. You guys probably saw from some of the teasers, the trailer, and I did a clip of it, too. Evil Gokumi's like... She's kind of like sultry, you know? She's a little bit in your face. She's kind of like in Gokumi's face, getting real personal up in her personal space. You know, I'm not hinting at, or I'm not saying there's like a romantic thing going on there, but she's clearly, at least in that moment, seems like that she's more powerful than Gokumi is. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. Luca, what is up, dude? Did you keep that one Golden Fur Goku? Yes, the Golden Fur Goku is Savage Goku, and we have no idea if he's in Goku Versus Z. He actually isn't. Or maybe he is. I don't know. We'll have to find out. It seems like it would just be too much nostalgia to put him in there. And what would he do? What? Is Mecha Goku capable of turning Super Saiyan? I have no idea. Like a lot of these questions, I just can't answer them. I can't. Because if I said yes he can, then you guys expect it. If I say no he can't, then you guys expect that. So I can't say one way or another. I can't answer it. And it kind of spoils it too. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. TheRedHeadHenry, Goku self-insert. Okay, so I'll tell you guys this. This is not a spoiler. This will be. So let me rephrase this because I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So when the day of the premiere, because obviously I have to upload the video. God, I hope it uploads. Okay. The day of the premiere, in the description of the video, it's going to be a shortened description because there are things that are going to be in the description that would spoil the animation, right?
So once the premiere is done, that's when I'll update the description, and that will contain, you know, the animation document, chapters, with the chapter titles, the credits for voice actors for their links, all that good stuff, right? But in the description of Goku Versus Z, on the day of the premiere, you will have 3 Easter eggs that you guys will look for. There are more Easter eggs. There are a lot of Easter eggs in this. A lot of callbacks, nostalgia, you know, music tracks, dialogue, sequences, like things like that are nostalgia and callbacks to either the original Dragon Ball like series or to my series itself, right? But there are 3 Easter eggs in Goku Versus Z, and I will tell you what they are right now so that you guys can look for them during the premiere. Now, this is not a spoiler at all. The first Easter egg, I put in 7 Dragon Balls. So there are 7, you know, yellow, orange Dragon Balls in the animation, scattered throughout the animation. They could be anywhere. As a matter of fact, you guys have probably already seen one in one of the Goku Versus Z clips that I released. There is a Goku in the background. He's holding a Dragon Ball in his hand. Now, the Dragon Balls play absolutely zero. They have zero impact or anything to do with the story. It's literally just an Easter egg. So you can find and look for all 7 of the Dragon Balls. They're scattered throughout the entire animation, so you got to look hard for them. But all 7 of them, all orange 7 Dragon Balls, are in there. So you can look for that. That's the first Easter egg. The second Easter egg, what was the second one? The second one, I am in the animation. There is a sequence, I won't tell you which one, where I am fighting in the animation. It's the first time I did a self-insert. Actually, I take that back because I think I put myself in Goku Versus. I put other characters in Goku Versus too. But I am in there. It's very quick. It goes by very fast. You guys might not even see it. And it's a 2-hour-long video, so you're going to have to concentrate really hard if you want to find me. But I did create a custom sprite, JUS style, of myself, and I did put myself in there, fighting all these Gokus. But it's very quick. You might not even see it because it's kind of hidden. But I am in there. So there's those 2. And what was the third one, man? I got to look this up because now it's bugging me. There is a third one. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, this is bugging me. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. There's a hidden message. There's a hidden message in the animation that needs to be decoded. Can you find it? So yes, there's a hidden decoded message in the animation itself. I won't go into details about it because obviously you guys need to find it. What's this one? Find the callbacks. Yep, we already talked about that. There's many callbacks to the series and the animation. Items, quotes, music. Yeah. So those things, guys, those are the Easter eggs. You gotta look for them. The scaling on Mecha Goku is broken. I don't know how... Well, this version of Mecha Goku, no. I think with Goku Versus, you could argue the original Mecha Goku, the LSW style one. You could potentially argue that there wasn't a broken scale with him because he was from an alt universe technically, and maybe in that universe their power levels were slightly higher just due to events or something or whatever, which is why the original Mecha Goku was able to stay on par with a Cell Saga Goku and a Super Saiyan 2 Evil Goku. So I could technically argue that, maybe not. We just don't know, or maybe it is just a fault on my end. If you guys want to accept that, it's fine. It doesn't bug me. What was the inspiration for Boo in Evil Goku versus Boo? There wasn't really inspiration. With Majin Buu, I looked at it the way I saw it, and maybe I'm wrong. You guys will have to tell me. I think I remember doing a little bit of research at the time, but my understanding is that Buu was or could be genderless, and I thought that in one of the games, Dragon Ball Online, that Majin Buu, didn't he like separate himself and make like a female version of himself called Miss Buu or something? So my idea with Majin Buu was, what if they're genderless and Majin Buu first appears, you know, as a female, as Innocent Buu. So Innocent Buu is very, you know, carefree, and she has, you know, feelings and affection for evil Goku. So as she's fighting him, she's really like in love with him and, you know, kisses him and whatnot. So she's like infatuated with him, right? But then once evil Goku destroys her, breaks her heart, you know, he's Super Saiyan 3, overpowers her. My thought process was, okay, when she transforms, let's just say she now becomes a male. So it's not necessarily like she was trans or anything like that. It's just that the substance that creates Buu, that, I don't know if it's really the smoke or if it's really like this gelatin type stuff that's like kind of globby, like Gak. I don't know if you guys remember what Gak is, because I'm a kid of the 90s. It like molds and just forms like a male variant, right? So that's my understanding of, you know, Majin Buu. I could be wrong, and I obviously Dragon Ball Online, I don't think that's considered canon. But I could have swore they did like Majin Buu created like a female Majin Buu, and that he like separated himself. So I don't know. You guys will have to tell me in the chat. I just don't recall. But yeah, that was kind of my thought process for Majin Buu with that. How long is the story going to be? Yeah, so Goku Versus Z is 2 hours. It's actually just over 2 hours, but yeah, it's 122 minutes. So you're literally walking into a movie. You're sitting down at your computer, popping on your headphones, and watching 4 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. That's how long this animation is. Man, I'm way behind, I think, on comments. Is it a sprite of your channel's mascot? Yes. Let me try and get caught up on comments here, guys, because I'm probably like, I think I'm like 10 minutes behind you guys. Hold on. More than an hour. When's the release date? The 14th? Yes. Any future plans? Yes. I have some future plans. I talked about that already. Goku versus Baby Vegeta. What? I remember you made the 4th OSW tournament series. Was possessed by something. Yes, I was possessed by something. We are all missing what could get Evil Goku versus Pride Troopers. Oh my god, dude. What about the Goku OC contest thing? Is there a defined date for it? I think that's specific to the server. You're gonna have to ask Lords on that. Just ping him in the server and tell him I sent you and that you had questions about the art contest on the Discord server. He's running that. I'm not running that. So ask Lords about that. How easily would Evil Goku beat Majin Buu now? I mean, I think he could probably blink and Majin Buu would just be vaporized, right? That line may or may not be in GVZ, we don't know. You're right about Buu. Yeah, see, yeah, Miss Buu. I knew. Yeah, well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna look it up real quick, because I can't remember what she looked like. Yeah, that's right. She was the thin blue variant. For some reason, when I was talking about her, I was picturing a fat, like Miss Buu, like, like Mrs. Claus, Kris Kringle, Mrs. Claus, a fat Boo. No, yeah, this is right. So yes, I do remember this now. The blue, thin version of Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Online. Yeah, Miss Boo. Yeah, I knew I was right. Redhead Henry, you are making me feel an old guy feeling a lot of love. The community of yours. Thanks for everything, Red. Jordan Wheeler, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for being a part of this event and sticking around for as long as you have. It means a lot, man. So I have a question actually about Zycor, because obviously I've had discussions about Zycor and Super Saiyan 5. Now I don't remember because it's been a while since I've looked at Dragon Ball AF, but was Zycor as strong as Super Saiyan 5, or was he weaker than Super Saiyan 5? Because I don't remember. Or was it never? Because I thought the original AF, I thought it never got finished. Or then it got picked back up, or it was done by somebody else or something. But I can't answer that question because I don't know how we technically. Okay, well, let's rephrase. Let's phrase it as this: it's fan fiction, right? So Super Saiyan 5 could technically have any kind of multiplier applied to it. Same was Zycor in his forms. Like, he could have any kind of multiplier applied to his transformations in his forms or whatever, because he's like a Kai Saiyan hybrid or whatever. But it could virtually be anything in terms of what the multipliers are. So I really can't answer that. We know that Evil Goku is stronger than Super Saiyan Rose. He's at least stronger than Super Saiyan Rose as long as he is a Super Saiyan 2. So every time he is at least one transformation higher than Rose 1, 2, 3, he's either on par or stronger than that form from Goku Black from Super. So I don't know where Zycor would stack against Goku Black. That's something you guys would have to look up or tell me. He's weaker than Super Saiyan 5. Okay. Yeah, and again, we don't know how strong Super Saiyan 5 is compared to Super Saiyan 4. Like, I think AF takes place 10 years after GT, and if that's the case, you know, one, Goku's base is not as strong as it would be, let's say, Goku Prime or Evil Goku, because they haven't had 10 years, they've had 100 years post-GT events. And then we don't know, like I said, the multiplier for Super Saiyan 5. So we don't know how strong Goku's base is, and we don't know what the multiplier is for Super Saiyan 5. So they could literally be anything. You can pull any number out of the sky. Super Saiyan 5 is 5 billion times stronger, you know? Like, it could be anything. Sonic, thank you, man. Zycor is like a Super Saiyan 4 grade 4 level. They're basically beyond full power. Jesus. So, like, I don't remember. I know what Zycor's design looks like, and I know that he is a Saiyan Kai, like, hybrid thing. But you know how he has, like, this silver spiky hair and the black whatever, like, is that how he always looks, or is that a transformation? Because in my mind, it's like, okay, let's say Zycor is weaker than Super Saiyan 5, right? Well, what happens if he's as strong as a Super Saiyan 4, or stronger than a Super Saiyan 4 in his base form? What happens if he goes Super Saiyan? And then Super Saiyan 2 and 3 and then 4? It's like, he would just be astronomically stronger. Someone broke it down before, and I think they said Super Saiyan 5 is a continuing multiplier. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That someone, it doesn't matter if they are, you know, very well versed in power scaling or not. Super Saiyan 5 is not an official form; it's a fan form. So you, as a fan, as someone who creates fan fiction or anybody, you could literally take that design and say, okay, Super Saiyan 5, it doesn't have a 5 million or 2 million multiplier. It has, it has 500 billion. It could be any multiplier. I could be wrong, but I think because you have, the main timeline of Dragon Ball and Z, and then they have all these guidebooks and things that say, oh yeah, Super Saiyan 1 is, 50x multiplier or whatever that number is. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think people go by that definitively, right? But then once they start going into fan forms, it's like they can just make up whatever they want. So yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. The way I see it, in my mind, I think if you were to take like Super Saiyan 5 Goku and put him against like Battle of Gods Super Saiyan God Goku, as much as I love the design for Super Saiyan 5, I think he would get his ass whooped. I think that's like, because Super took the power scaling from Dragon Ball, and then within like the first couple episodes, just completely kicked everything off and skyrocketed everyone's power level. So now they're in like ridiculous territory. So it's like Super Saiyan 4 would just be flicked away by Super Saiyan Blue or God or whatever. It's like, come on, man, why would you do that? Pacing, you gotta pace it. Real quick. Oh man. Also, by the way, I know you guys can hear the music. All of the music on this live stream is all done by DBZ Remixes. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's got a shit ton of Dragon Ball Z remixes. And then on the next stream, I want to get Retro Ranter, all of his music going for the next stream too. So check out Retro Ranter and DBZ Remixes. They remix like pretty much all of the Bruce Faulconer music, those guys. They do an awesome job. I love the Bruce Faulconer track. I don't care what anybody says. It just hits different. It's very nostalgic. It's very much from the early, mid-2000s Dragon Ball era, and that's the era I kind of grew up in and was introduced to. So that's something else I should probably talk about for GVZ, which isn't a spoiler. The music. So the music in GVZ is pretty much from every series, from every dub, right? So I take things from, I have music tracks from Dragon Ball GT, from both the Japanese dub and the English dub, the one with the Step Into the Grand Tour. Not that song though, but that type of music. Dragon Ball Z, both the Bruce Faulconer tracks and the original Japanese tracks. I got some Dragon Ball Super music in there. I think I have a Dragon Ball music piece in there. And then obviously I've got, like awesome epic sounding music that isn't Dragon Ball. I've got, all these different types of tracks. And yeah, I won't say any more than that, but I think it's because you have something like this where it's a clash of different universes and a clash of, Gokus from different eras and different timelines and whatnot. Yeah, the music has to reflect that too, So throughout the entire animation, there's all these different musical scores and elements, and they all turned out great. And those two guys, Retro Ranter and DBZ Remixes, I use some of their tracks in it as well. In addition to them, I also have had also got Majin Blue. He's awesome. I got some remixes from him that I had commissioned specifically for this animation. And I also got Hulsa Twin. I got him as well. I hired him for some remixes. I got some of his music in there. These guys are masters of their craft, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. The soundtrack is really gonna be off the hook. What happens to Goku's world after she is pulled through into the portal? I don't know, man. We have no idea. Vegeta probably went on a rampage. Gokumi is one of the weakest versions of Goku, I think, because she is literally from the Saiyan Saga. That is true. But as you saw from the trailer, it looks like she might be going Super Saiyan. How that works, we don't know, but we will find out. Next time on Goku Versus Z. Yeah, man, that trailer. So I had all 4 trailers done months in advance before finishing Goku Versus Z. And the only thing I had to finish on them was just adding the release date. And like I said earlier, I was going to do 1 trailer a week until release. But I figured, you know what? You guys have waited long enough. You don't need to wait an additional 4 weeks from the announcement of when the release is. I'll cut that in half, 2 trailers a week. And the next trailer comes out on Friday. You guys aren't going to want to miss that trailer. That trailer is leagues above the trailer that was released on Sunday or on Monday. So yeah, that one comes out Friday. That one's going to be awesome. And then the last 2, the ones that are next week, are even better than that one, I think. So yeah, you guys definitely check out those trailers. They amp up the whole animation. His base gets Kai since they don't move like it. Oh, okay. So yeah, so then theoretically he could go Super Saiyan. Zycor could use those Super Saiyan forms. Unless I'm missing something. Holy shit, I'm behind my comments. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna get caught up. Did someone confirm that Super Saiyan God was a 20,000 X multiple? Jesus Christ. If you were able to write and direct Dragon Ball Super from its beginning in 2015, what would you do? I'll have to save that for another live stream. I wouldn't even call it Dragon Ball Super. I would call it something completely different. I'll keep this high level. I wouldn't introduce any God forms. I know a lot of you might be shocked by that. If I did a Super Saiyan God, it would look completely different. It wouldn't be a simple recolor change. Even though I understand the reasoning behind it. I would do something completely different. I would do something either that is post GT events, or I would do I don't know, maybe some other kind of timeline thing or something. I wouldn't rewrite Super or do Super over using the same elements. There are some things I liked. I liked the first third or the first 25% of the Goku Black arc, even though I don't really care for Goku Black now. When they first introduced him, before he went Super Saiyan Rose, and before it was revealed that he was really Zamasu, it was perfect. He was like this mysterious, badass variant of Goku. It was great. And then it's revealed that he's really Zamasu, and that he has pink hair, and he's all like, look at me. I didn't like that, but I did like kind of that first little chunk of that. So I don't know if I would use that. I might do some kind of evil Goku thing. I don't know if I would do an evil Goku from another universe or timeline. I think the absolute perfect story, either it being an ending or its own saga, would be Goku somehow turning evil. Whether it be through a wish or some kind of, enchantment or whatever it may be. I think having the main character, Goku, which I've obviously done on my channel for years, having him go evil somehow, not just through a character change, but like I said, through some kind of an event that instantly changes him to be corrupted or something. And then having him face Vegeta, so then it's like the roles are switched, right? because when Goku first met Vegeta, Vegeta was the villain, and Goku had to overcome him, and, you know, Vegeta eventually changes and becomes a good guy, slightly in part to Goku, right? Well, now it could be flipped, where Goku is the one who is the bad guy, and actually Crazy Jehudi wanted to do that with his original Evil Goku Saga video. But I love that idea so much. And then having Vegeta essentially be the good guy, because he's good now, right? And he's the one who has to combat and stop an evil version of Goku. And, you know, Vegeta's never gotten the win in the series. He's always failed against the main bad guy, and yet he still somehow manages to survive his encounters with Goku, right? The 3 times or 4 times or however many times he's fought him. You know, he always manages to defeat him, or they're, you know, it's like a friendly rivalry. So I think him, you know, finally being able to defeat a no-holds-barred Goku, not like it's all-out battle where they're not holding back, would be like, okay, he gets his first official win against the main baddie, and it's against Goku again. I think would be really cool. So I don't know if I would do something like that. But those are just some fun things you guys can go off of. But yeah, I'll save all that maybe for another stream or something. Did someone confirm? Oh, wait. Okay. Sorry. I'm a little behind on comments. Wasn't the Golden Super Saiyan 4 like the Super Saiyan 5 like in 2011, but now it's Super Saiyan... What? Banana, what are you talking about? What is this? I think that Super Saiyan 9... Oh my god. See, so here's my gripe. Super Saiyan 5... I get it. It's a fan form. You know, it looks badass. I remember it in the early 2000s seeing it. I thought it was Goku. I thought it was real AF. You know, we knew nothing back then. Times were different back then. You know, people thought AF stood for April Fools. You know, there just wasn't a lot of the internet wasn't the same as it is today. So there was a lot of misconception. But Super Saiyan 5, I get it. It's a fan form. It looks awesome. It's badass. But once you start getting down the road with like Super Saiyan 6 and then 7 and then 10 and then Infinity, and it's like, what the hell? It just gets ridiculous at that point. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know how you guys feel about those types of fan forms, but I do love Super Saiyan 5. I love the look of it. It's really cool. Vegeta sounds like Veggie. Is the final battle ending abruptly, or is the final battle conclusive? No, man, this is the last animation in the series, so I'm wrapping. Everything is wrapped up. There is no cliffhanger. There is nothing like that. This is it, man. This is the final one. I'm not doing anything other. I'm not doing any more Goku versus animations in this series. This is it. So you can take that as it is. What would happen if evil Goku and Goku Prime met Beerus or Moro? I don't know, man. They probably would fight. That would be my guess. Some of these old school SSJ forms still kind of slap. Hell yeah, they slap. Hell yeah. I wonder where Prime Goku and Evil Goku are ending up after Echo G corrects itself completely? Echo G corrects itself completely. I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean like where the portals are gonna take them? Maybe they end back up in their universe again, or in Evil Goku's realm. Dragon Ball New Era or Dragon Ball Divine. I don't know what that is. Goku Jr. deserves his own spin-off show. I feel he would be way more ruthless in battle. I think so too. Well, I don't know if he'd be ruthless, but I do think he deserves... I don't know, well, let's backtrack. I don't know if he deserves his own show. I think what they did with the special was awesome. If I... kind of to the question I was responding to earlier, if I were to do some kind of Dragon Ball show, If it was a post GT1, then I would definitely include Goku Jr. What you think Earth would be like if Goku's pod landed on a different planet? I'm pretty sure Earth would be like ruled by Piccolo or something. If Goku and evil Goku fused and went Super Saiyan, there would be some red, yellow. I don't know, man. I don't like fusions. What's your opinion on the Dragon Ball Multiverse manga? I remember reading it back in the day on their website, which, funny enough, still looks the same after like 20-something years. They're using like, I don't know what kind of, I don't think they have a content management system. I think they're using all old school HTML pages or XML pages. But yeah, I liked it from back then. I haven't read or kept up with anything. I've seen some things here and there. Some things I remember with like Broly was frozen in like some block of ice or something. I remember something with Vegito having to stop him, I think. And then I remember seeing other things here and there, like Cell fighting Deborah. I remember seeing things recently, like with like a Pan and Bra fusion or something, and they like went apeshit and killed all these people. And I think Vegito had to stop her or something again. I don't recall. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. If you could make your own Super Saiyan form, what would you want it to look like? Who knows? Maybe that'll already be in GVZ. We'll have to find out. What are your thoughts on Limit Breaker? Yeah, not a fan. Limit Breaker, it's like, okay, I get it. They're Super Saiyan 4, and they've like somehow absorbed or learnt God Key or something. Visually, I don't like it, and it's like, why not just go ahead and give them Super Saiyan 5 or something at this point? You might as well. The Golden Super Saiyan 4 was almost official in Super Dragon Ball Heroes for Limit Breaker, but they chose to make it have a pink tinge. Oh, wow. Yeah, actually, Savage Goku, his golden fur, was inspired by the Gogeta color variant in Budokai 3. So in Budokai 3, not Tenkaichi, the original Budokai 3, you had different color variants. I don't know if they had that in the other games, but they had color variants of characters. And if you had the different color variants of Goku and Vegeta, then you would get, and they fused into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that would create the alt color variant of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and that variant had gold fur. I believe it was gold fur. And I thought that was awesome, and that's actually where I got the idea from for Savage Goku for that. Thoughts on Beast Gohan? He looks like a fork. What can I say? His hair is way too long. He looks silly, and Gohan should just stick to studying. He should just be a dad. Let's just keep him as a dad. But no, thanks to the new movie, he has now surpassed everybody in the entire multiverse, and he is the strongest character in existence. And in another 20 years, when he's forgotten about again, they'll do the same thing with him again. He'll be forgotten about, he'll be a grandpa, and then all of a sudden, he'll be the strongest character in existence again. Everybody knows, like, Gohan peaked in the Cell Saga in terms of his character development. Not his power, but his character growth, you know? From that point on, he should have just become, you know, Daddy Gohan. But that's just me. You guys can argue it any way you would like. I personally think he should just have remained a dad. You know, he had his time in the spotlight, and that's it. Move on to other new characters. That's part of the problem, I think, with Dragon Ball, is that they always bring back old characters, old villains, constantly reusing the same character and bringing that character up to par with where they should be with their power through some ridiculous ass pull. So, yeah, man, that's just me, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Beast Gohan. Has evil Goku fight his version of Broly? I can't say that because I do want to tell his origin story, and I can't reveal that yet if he has or hasn't. But he has fought an alt version of Broly. Hello, first time in a while. Darian Coleman, what's up, man? Welcome. Beast Gohan is the living embodiment of an asshole. I mean, yes, but I mean there has been asspulls to a degree throughout Dragon Ball, you know, since its inception almost, but I don't know, man. There's something about Super. The one thing I did like that Super did, regardless of how much I dislike it, the one thing I thought they did right was that they set up Ultra Instinct correctly. They hinted at it very early on, or midway through. Whis is telling Goku and Vegeta, to use your body, you'll move without thinking and that type of stuff. So even though maybe they didn't know what the term was going to be called, that it wasn't going to be called Ultra Instinct, they knew they were building to something. And they probably didn't know what that end goal was yet. And then ultimately we got it at the end in the Tournament of Power. So I thought they did that very well. They executed the form well. Ultra Instinct, and it wasn't necessarily an ass pull. The concept was laid out, and Goku obtains it, and I thought that was good. I don't really care for Ultra Instinct. I don't really like it, but I thought they did, story-wise, I thought they set that up really good. Ultimate Supreme Goku, what's up, dude? Welcome to the live stream. Sorry I'm late, it's a jungle out there. Dude, you say that like every time. Let me go back in time, erase Cell Max from the plot of Dragon Ball Superhero. Replace it with Android 21. Oh no, man, Android 21 is just as bad. The one thing, I haven't played, what is she from? She's from Fighters, right? Or Legends or something. I haven't played any of those. All the modern Dragon Ball games, they're all the same. They're all cash grabs and garbage. But the one thing I liked that they did do with her, even though I don't know anything about her, is that she was originally designed specifically for one of those games, right? And I like that because they created a new character for the game. And they didn't just go back, even though they do reuse all the same characters, they created something new. And I think that's what they need to do. They can't keep bringing back Frieza. They can't keep bringing back old villains. They have to go forward with new villains. Or new protagonists, too, It's even worse of how Beast Gohan looks exactly like Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan. Yeah, and his hair's, even longer. Current events in the manga, I kind of like the slice of life with Goten and Trunks. Yeah, I do too. It reminds me of just OG Dragon Ball. That's what it reminded me of. It was very slice of life. It just felt like you were reading a Dragon Ball, OG Dragon Ball manga. Your thoughts on Shallot and Giblet from Dragon Ball Legends? I don't know what... I've never played Legends, and I don't know anything about Shallot and Giblet. I do know that Kagi Films, I think he voices them in the game. And I did work with Kagi on Goku Versus Evil Goku 4, I think it was. and he voiced Vegeta, or the alt version of Vegeta. And I asked him on, I don't remember where I asked him, but I did ask him like 2 or so years ago, you know, if he would be interested in coming back and voicing Vegeta again. And, you know, he said he couldn't do it for obvious reasons. You know, he's obviously now working with Funimation, or at least the subsidiary that creates the games. So I could see how that could be a conflict of interest. So totally understand that. I remember watching Goku Versus Evil Goku when I was 9. I'm 21 now. The videos are still iconic. Toku Mei. Thank you, man. I appreciate that comment. And yeah, man, I have a message at the beginning of Goku Versus Z, and basically it just says, you know, this is the end game to a series that a lot of you grew up watching when you were kids, and I 100% understand that. So, you know, all of my talk about, you know, Super and having nostalgia bait and whatnot, Goku Versus Z does have some nostalgia moments in it. I think that's unavoidable with something like this, seeing it's the conclusion to the series. But, you know, I understand it. This is definitely something that you guys have grown up watching with. It has impacted some of you, some of your lives, you know, in a very positive way. So, you know, I definitely realize that. So I did my best, you know, in this one, and I think you guys are going to be really happy. And make sure you guys react, even if you don't want to do a face reaction, because if you do a face reaction and upload it to YouTube, you can enter. You can win $250. I'm doing a $250 giveaway if you do a face reaction to Goku Versus Z. But even if you don't want to show your face, even if you just react to it with just audio only, or you know, if you use a VTuber model or you want to hide your face or something, just react to it. You know, I'm totally fine with that. Don't re-upload it and say it's yours, but react to it, give some commentary to it. That's completely fine. You know, I'd love to see your guys' genuine, honest reaction. I'll be honest, there were some parts of this, not necessarily when I was working on it, but once I kind of took a step back and was able to view it in its completion, I got a little emotional. I won't lie. With something like this, a project that's been near and dear to my heart for 15 years, I definitely got a little emotional, you know? You've been working on a project for so long. You know, it's my baby. I've nursed it. It's not perfect, but, you know, I did the best I could with it, and with the resources and time that I had. And I think you guys are gonna have something real special here. So definitely do a reaction. I'd love to see genuine reactions to this. So if you're gonna be at the premiere, make sure you turn on your camera. Don't forget that. Cellmax was a disappointment. Yeah, man. You know what they should have done with that Gohan movie? Let's just say okay. Let's take a step back. Let's just say, okay, they're gonna have Gohan as the main hero. Fine, they've done it before. You know, they're gonna give him a new form, whatever. Why, in the name of all that is holy, would they go back and bring back Cell? Just why? You've brought back Frieza, you know, if you include GT in the movies, at least 6 or 7 times, you know, or 5 or 6 times. You've brought back Cell, you know, 2 or 3 times, now 3 times. You know, they keep bringing back old villains. They've done it now with Broly. They've done Frieza, Broly, Broly, Cell. They'll probably do Boo again or something. It's all nostalgia. It's like, I get it. They're trying to hit that angle, but at the same time, there's just so much room for potential new villains. I really want to see new villains. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see the same old villains. That's what they should have done with Gohan. They should have had something with Gohan. What if Pan wasn't kidnapped by some rogue Red Ribbon Army thing? What if Pan was kidnapped by some new alien race and she was taken off planet by some you know, alien king or something like that, who's from another universe or some other faraway, locked away galaxy or something. And then Gohan has to go rescue her, and maybe she has like a cell phone and it's sending out like a GPS or something, and they're able to track it or something, I don't know. And they have to go and find her out in space, and they go to some new strange planet, so we get to see a brand new planet with brand new villains and an alien species we haven't seen before. Why couldn't they do something like that? No, they have to bring back Cell. And he's red, so of course he's recolored to sell the toys, to hit the nostalgia. Come on, dude. Toei, please, just make new villains. I'm begging you. That's what people want to see. I don't want to see Cell anymore. Come on. Banana Adios, dude. Shallot and Giblet, I think I'm pronouncing that, Giblet, are ancient Saiyans from Universe 7 and are descendants of the OG Super Saiyan God. Oh my god. Couldn't one argue that the original Super Saiyan God, though, was Bardock? Even though he wasn't a god, he was still a Super Saiyan. And I like how they bring the Saiyan tail back. Oh, I didn't know they had the tails. That's cool. So wait, so are Shallot and Giblet, are they, like, now in the present, in the future? Or does that game, like, the story, does it take place in the past? Wait, it's almost released? Savage, you missed the trailer, dude. The trailer's on my channel. Yeah, Goku Versus Z is done and dusted. I just got the final render done today, and it's coming out next Saturday. Go check out the trailer, dude. Bro, I started cracking up when you said he looked like a fork. He does. His hair's all silver and spiky. They tried to bring Cell back without even really yeah, right, it's not even the same Cell, you know, it's just an abomination. It's the abomination. They took Cell and turned him into an abomination. You know what's something they could do? Some stories involving different universes. You have 11 other whole planets in existence. Well, see, I mean, yeah, they could do other universes, and obviously they did do that in Super. But I think people are forgetting just how massive a universe actually is. I mean, millions and billions of galaxies are within a universe, you know, and our solar system is just the tiniest little dot within that galaxy. So, you know, when a character comes around and says, I'm the strongest being in the universe, it's like, how do you really know that for sure? You know, if you go back in time and it's Frieza, well, it's like, well, no, Frieza wasn't, because there was Bojack, and then there was like Boo, like they were already around, they were stronger than Frieza, and then Cell, and it's like there's always somebody stronger. So it's like, yeah, they can do different universes, they can do Demon Realm, they can do other faraway lost galaxies in the same universe or something. There's so much they can do, but instead, you bring back the same villains. You bring back Frieza 8 times. You bring back Cell. You bring back all these old characters. I'll say that I did appreciate that about GT personality. I'm not the biggest fan of GT, but I did like how it expanded the world past the Saiyans and Nanos. Yeah, because they did go out and travel in space. I mean, GT wasn't perfect. You know, it had its flaws. I didn't care for the fact that Goku became a child, but I did like the fact that they went out into space and they were exploring space, because we didn't really see that in Dragon Ball Z. Obviously, they had to travel to Namek. But I did like that they were going around and they had an end goal. They had to get all the Black Star Dragon Balls in like a year. So, yeah, you know, they should do something like that. God Key training should have been focused. Pressure point, consistent inflation. Well, that could be interesting, Jacob. The only plot hole with power levels later in the series, after the Frieza saga, is where there was these people before and how they come by reinvention. Yeah, Ninja, like Super obviously took the power scaling and just completely exacerbated it, right? Like, everything became ridiculous in Super. And technically it did become ridiculous in Z too. And I understand, like, there needs to be pacing and plot in conjunction with that, with the villains and whatnot. But really, things started to get ridiculous was after the fight between Goku and Vegeta. Because at that point, Goku's power level, after he fought Vegeta, while he was traveling towards Namek, in like 6 days, he was like technically the strongest person in the universe at that point. So he went from barely managing to defeat Vegeta, or they tied or whatever, however you want to define it, to then becoming the second strongest. Because at that point, Captain Ginyu, he was stronger than him, if I remember correctly, or just as strong. And then he was second to Frieza. At that point in time, there was nobody else stronger, even though we know that these other characters would come into play later. So it's like he went from Saiyan Saga power to Namek Saga power, and he was the strongest person already in the universe. That's when things started to get ridiculous, and that's why they got rid of the whole scouter system and power levels and whatnot. It started to get ridiculous at that point. But at least after Frieza, there was still somewhat of a consistency in terms of feats and power and multipliers and all that stuff. And by the end of Z and then in GT2, things made sense, right? But then Super came along, and 4 or 5 episodes in, Goku's going Super Saiyan God, and he's already stronger than every other form. Like Super Saiyan, like GT's out the window because it's not canon or whatever. But yeah, it just got ridiculous. The pacing was all off, and we didn't even get to see Super Saiyan God. We saw it in a few episodes, and then that was it. And he never used it again until it turned up into power, and it was overshadowed by Super Saiyan Blue. Oh my god. Come on. I want Dragon Ball to succeed, but not like this, guys. Come on. I rewatched GT recently, and I will say this till the day I die. Baby is my favorite and the best. Yeah, I liked Baby as well. I liked that whole arc and concept. I think everybody enjoys Baby, Vegeta. And I did like the concept, too, of the Shadow Dragons and Omega Shenron. I liked that as well. I liked the idea that the whole time they had been using the Dragon Balls as a source of good to correct their mistakes. This is why GT is, in part, superior to Super. The way GT ended in that last arc, even though GT has its flaws like everything else, it was almost symbolic, poetic in a way, and it was the perfect way to end the series, the absolute perfect way. And no one can tell me otherwise, that GT was not the perfect ending to how Dragon Ball should end. They took this idea that the Dragon Balls had always been used for good, that they were always there to solve the problems. And because of all of these things, the Dragon Balls crack, there was all this negative energy, and each Dragon Ball had their own unique dragon. How that came to be, we don't really know. Maybe they're from some kind of dragon realm or something. I know it was touched on in AF, that fan fiction or whatever. However that goes. So Goku and the Z team are literally fighting the embodiment of what they had used the entire time throughout the entire series as the original source to fix all of their problems. So then by the end of it, once they eventually defeat them and try to restore things back to normal when Shenron appears, I don't remember if they said this in the Japanese dub, but they definitely said it in the American dub, that the Dragon Balls were overused. They were supposed to be used, for the fact that they were, for the awe of their power, not for simply just solving these problems, and, supposed to be like this wondrous thing. And Goku riding off with them and essentially absorbing them, going with Shenron, wherever he went, because there's all those theories on it, and essentially becoming this, long-lasting, part of being symbolic with the Dragon Balls. It's just like the perfect ending to what the entire story and journey had been about with Goku and the Dragon Balls. It literally was the perfect ending. and Goku becoming this almost immortal being tethered to the Dragon Balls in a way. He's on this journey. Dragon Ball is very much about that spiritual journey, the search for the Dragon Balls and combating strong villains. Goku becomes one with them at the end. It's very symbolic in a sense. There's a lot of double meanings and hidden meanings in that. We could talk for hours about this, but I think GT hands down had the best ending out of all the series. It's exactly how the way Dragon Ball should end. And now with Super, I don't know what they're going to do here, man, because obviously now they've aged and they've progressed in years. So what are they going to do? Obviously Super is its own timeline thing, right? So when Super ends, does that mean there's no more Dragon Ball? Are they going to redo GT? Are they going to see GT as canon to Super, even though that would completely destroy everything? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do and how Super's going to end, but it's going to end at some point. I love how evil Goku and Goku Black had me conflicted on who I wanted to win. On one hand, Black is a blast hole, but I also remembered everything evil Goku did. Good writing to it. Yeah, thank you, man. Again, I tried to do the best I could with what I had. And obviously, I'm now taking characters that are post-GT events and interjecting Super elements into it. So that was something, too. I had to create something original and something that made sense. When base Goku was keeping up with Final Form Frieza, I knew he had plateau. Yeah. Shadow Dragons are the perfect final antagonist in the series. Execution. Yeah, everyone always says that. I don't know who started saying that. I've always said that for decades. I've said that. It was a good concept in theory, but it just wasn't done well, executed well. But it really was the perfect way to end GT, I think. It was great. Super's overdue for a Shadow Dragon saga. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do that, man. Although, who's to say? Because Super is all nostalgia based, so maybe they will. They should make Heroes its own show. No, they need to keep Heroes. Heroes shouldn't even exist. Heroes should just be kept as its own promotional thing for those games. Leave it alone. Leave all the events and characters as their own thing. Huda? I cannot pronounce your name. Sid Shafil Huda? I'm doing good, man. Thank you. Wait, what form is better design-wise, Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan Blue? Even though one of them is obviously better. Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree. I mean, I'm at least speaking for myself. Super Saiyan 4 is obviously way more unique, and I think that's why everybody loves it. The design was obviously done in the mid-90s. It's so much out of that time. It's got the eyeliner underneath, this big bulky fur that looks all ape-like. It's awesome. I love Super Saiyan 4. It's my favorite form. Ah, so how or why was Evil Goku's version of Boo sealed away? I want to do a spin-off story with that, so it would be like a prequel thing. It wouldn't be an animation, but it would be some kind of story or something, so I'd love to do that. Super Saiyan 4 is the best form design-wise. I think Zeno Goku rocks the form the best. Yeah, Zerku, I do kind of like that outfit for Zeno Goku. It's kind of cool. I've said this a million times. If they actually gave a better explanation as to why the god forms are recolors, I might be fine with that. No, I think even with the explanation, because you can make up any explanation you want, like the god power, you know, the god key itself, the energy, has a certain tint or hue or vibrance to it. It has a certain feel or a certain wavelength or a certain frequency to it. That's why the color is blue. I understand that. Like, you could come up with anything you want for it. It still doesn't it still doesn't change the fact that it's ultimately just a change of the color of the hair. They should have added or implemented something else to it than just, instead of it having it being a key change, a color of a key change. It should be something else. What's your thoughts on Death Battles, Gogeta versus Vegito? Didn't see it. I've only seen like a few Death Battle things. I don't have time, you know. Like, some things I'll watch or that interest me from YouTube and whatnot, but most of the time I just don't have time, or it just doesn't interest me. I know Lord Cooler has seen a few of Death Battle things, I think. The Broly versus Hulk. How is Goku Versus Z project coming up, and who's your favorite Goku? So Goku Versus Z is done. I did the final render today, and it's going to release next Saturday. And yeah, my favorite Goku, I have a few, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Alright guys, what time is it? Oof. We're going to call the stream here in a few minutes. So I'll take any last questions, comments, anything you guys want to touch on. But yeah, man, this was fun. I'm going to be doing another live stream next week. I'll try and get my webcam working. I had some technical issues today before the stream started. But yeah, next week, let me double check the dates. I've got the calendar here. Give me a second. Oh, it is. Oh, it's on Friday. Oh, okay. So I take that back, what I said a couple hours ago. So the next live stream is literally the day before Goku Versus Z releases. So it's Friday the 13th, Lucky 13, Friday the 13th. I'm going to be doing another live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be like this. I'll try and get the other episodes working. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next week. And next week's going to be a big week. So let's go over this here. Today's Wednesday the 4th. On Friday the 6th, so this Friday, we've got the second trailer coming out. That trailer, the second trailer, is, I think, leagues above the first trailer. And I think you guys will get a real good kick out of that one. I'll continue to be uploading different clips from the series throughout the week and next week. And then on Tuesday the 10th, Tuesday, January 10th, we have the third trailer. Now, I'm actually torn because the third trailer that comes out on the 10th might be my favorite trailer. But the fourth trailer that comes out on the 13th, Friday the 13th, that one comes very close. Both the third and fourth trailer that are coming out next week are very, very good. I spent a lot of time on them. They hit on all cylinders with the hype. I think you guys are going to be really energized after you see those two. They're awesome, and I'm hyped for those ones to come out. So we've got 3 trailers coming out. We've got the one on Friday the 6th. That's this week, and 2 days from now, a day from now. Then we've got on the 10th, we have the third trailer. And then on Thursday the 12th, I have a special video for you guys that's releasing. It is the story so far video. So basically what I did was, I kind of did this before, but I went back and I took all of the Goku Versus animations, plopped them into one video, and I put up text on the screen that basically explains all of the major events that have happened within the entire story so far. So everything from Goku versus Evil Goku all the way up to the Origin episodes and Goku Black episodes. So it goes over everything. We've got some nice music in there as well. So if you don't have the time to go back and rewatch all of the animations, I would highly recommend at the least that you check out that video that drops on Thursday the 12th. It is called The Story So Far. It's about a 10-15 minute video, and like I said, it just goes over the major events that have happened in the series so far in chronological order. And then after that, after Thursday the 12th, we have Friday the 13th, and that is the final trailer. And then we have another party stream like this one that we're doing tonight, and that's going to be at 7 p.m. And then after that, guys, Saturday the 14th, that's it. Goku Versus Z releases. That live premiere event is at 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday the 14th. And then if you guys are on my Discord server, we're going to be doing an after party after Goku Versus Z premieres. So that's going to be at around 9 p.m. Eastern on my Discord. So it's just going to be a voice call. We're all going to get on voice call and just, you know, shoot the shit for however long and just have a fun party after it releases. And yeah, if you're not in my Discord, you can join. The link is down below. I've had a Discord server for like 4 or 5 years, and I still get people commenting saying, I didn't know you had a Discord server. It's like, yeah, it's only been on the description of all my videos, and I've only promoted it so many times. So yes, guys, you can join my Discord. Link is down below. There'll be an awesome after party. That is it, guys. That is what we've got ahead of us for the next week and a half. And if you want to see the calendar, actually I should have put it on screen here for you guys, but you can download this calendar. It's event dates. It's on my Twitter, it's in my Discord server, and it's also on my YouTube community tab. So you'll see it. It says event dates, January 2023. Yeah, that's on my YouTube channel as well. So that is it, guys. I'll take last questions and comments. What's going on here? I really like the female Goku. Yeah, she'll be in it. Remind me this, Red. How did evil Goku become grade 8 even though he doesn't have a tail unless there's something we don't know about it? Yeah, so actually, AK9K, if you go back and watch that Majin Buu animation, in the description of that video, there is a link to a animation document. I think it's just a PNG or a PDF file. And basically in that document, it explains how evil Goku was able to go Super Saiyan 4 without his tail. And I'll just tell you, but you can go back and read it yourself if you want more details. So you know how when Goku went Super Saiyan 4, you know, first he became a great ape as a Super Saiyan, right? And he had his tail, but he was like enraged, right? He was like going crazy and destroying everything. And then Pan like confronts him and tries to stop him. So Goku like comes to his senses, right, in his Great Ape form, and it was like Goku's love for Pan and their relationship is kind of what snapped him out of it, and that's what sparked the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. So opposite of that, for evil Goku, Goku requires his tail, right? Evil Goku does not require a tail, so that's opposite. And instead of his love for Chi-Chi or whoever, it was done out of hate for Goku, because obviously he was seeing these visions from like a form of PTSD of Goku mocking him and whatnot, how he sees Goku. So when he's in his Crimson Great Ape form as a Super Saiyan, you know, he sees that vision of form of PTSD, he sees that vision of Goku, And it's not his love that causes the transformation, it's his hatred, his rage that causes it. So it's very much opposite of how it happened in GT. So there's a document for that. If you want to go see it, you can check that one out in the description of that Boo animation video. Better see Lava Goku in the background. Can confirm Lava Goku is in GVZ, and so is the Ice one. I think I did an Ice Goku. I'm pretty sure, I hope, all of those Gokus that I did on that live stream, I'm pretty sure I have them all in there in some form or another. Evil Chi-Chi's death. Yeah, I mean, that's not really a spoiler at this point because we knew from previous animations that Evil Goku lost Chi-Chi, right? So, obviously, as you saw from the trailer, we're going to see snapshots of his past, and we'll actually see that. Miss old school Dragon Ball fights unenjoyable now by comparison. Yeah! Well, we'll see. I don't know what old school Dragon Ball fights you're talking about. Are you talking about animations? Evil Chi-Chi and Goku felt a really good couple. We'll have to find out how good of a couple they really were. Majin Evil Goku. I'm not even in your server because I've been kicked out for some reason. If you were banned or if you were kicked, I'm sure there was a reason. Maybe you were doing something against the rules or something. I don't know if it was myself that did it or one of the mods. I have to look at that. I think Super Saiyan should have had Saiyans regrow their tails. Kind of like what you did with Goku Black. Yeah, I wanted to do something different with that. Obviously, I was making a hybrid, so I wanted to do something unique. And I think the regrowing of the tail helped, especially because I knew he was going to hit Super Saiyan 4. Okay, guys, that's it. That's all I've got. Alright, I will see you guys in the next stream on the 13th, if not before then, in the comments of my videos. I've got some clips scheduled for, again, this week and next week. And then I've got the trailer releasing on Friday. That trailer is going to be the bomb. It's going to come out Friday the 6th. And then next week is a big week. We got a lot of stuff going on next week. So make sure you check out this calendar, the event date calendar. It's in the YouTube community tab on my YouTube page or on my Twitter or Discord. But that's it, guys. This was fun. I really appreciate you guys coming out tonight and sticking around and shooting the shit for, hell, I think we've been going at it for about 2 or 3 hours now. So that is it, guys. I will see you guys next week. Take care.